All right, so this is lesson one, and the topic is what is money? And here I want to discuss exactly and get an understanding exactly what is money, what is our money, and what is understanding exactly what is going on here when it comes down to money. So, money is not what you think it is. And it's time, we all learn the real meaning of money and making money. Uh, So once upon a time, true money was once known as gold, and gold is the standard form of money or currency, universally across nations or wherever you live or whatever language you speak. Gold is gold, and gold is actually money. Secondary will be silver, and then other forms of money or currencies or way that you can pay for things is real estate or other commodities that you may have. But the real standard for universal money, like true actual money, is actually gold. And so uh, we've come to a point where in this country we're using what's known as Federal Reserve notes or IOUs. So I'm not going to go into a whole drawn out story about that, but pretty much in 1971, President Nixon announced that he was taking the U.S. dollar off the gold standard, or what's known as the Bretton Woods system. And basically, what that is for every dollar, there was a piece of gold that represented that dollar. So it wasn't just a piece of paper. It was like more of a certificate representing a piece of gold being held somewhere, and you can exchange that dollar for gold or for silver. So what we have today is what's called fiat money or fiat currency, and fiat money is a currency established as money, often by government regulation. Fiat money does not have intrinsic value or any real value at all. In plain English, U.S. currency is not backed or valued by gold, silver, real estate, or any type of commodity, but by the might of the military. So if Which is why we spend so much money on military, forcing people to respect and acknowledge our currency. A reserve currency is a large amount of currency held by central banks and major financial institutions to use for international transactions. So today, most countries use the U.S. dollar as their reserve currency. Uh, the U.S. Once our reserve currency once was gold, and that is again real only true money. But instead of trading and transporting gold everywhere, again we used to use these paper notes as representatives of that. And so it was with other countries, other nations, and their currency. They had gold, but they relinquished their gold to the United States for exchange of U.S. dollars, so they could trade and do international trade with other countries using a reserve currency, which was the U.S. dollar, which is the U.S. dollar. And so the main thing that is traded in U.S. currency is oil. Um, and oil is really what's actually backing or really holding up the U.S. dollar. Nothing else is really doing it. I mean, we have our military again that enforces it or forces other country to recognize and respect and to use our fiat currency as their reserve currency, because the world trades oil in dollars. So today, about 97% of new money is created digitally. When a new bank product is opened by a customer, they just type a number in the account for you to withdraw, right? And that's basically how that works. Anytime you get a credit card loan or anything like that, they typically just type a number into it. They open an account, type a number in there, and now you have money to spend. Please keep in mind there is not enough physical dollar bills or coins to support all the new digital money that's being created. With every new dollar that goes into circulation, it weakens every dollar bill that was created before it. This causes devaluation and also inflation. So this means you constantly need to capture or to acquire more bills to keep up with inflation and devaluation. It's just a matter of time before your savings is not worth anything. And if you think about it, if you save $5,000 last year, think about how much or what that $5,000 would have bought you then, and what does $5,000 buy you now. And if you are dependent on upon savings as a retirement plan, if if money today is worth so much less or can't buy you as much as it did yesterday, what do you think money that you saved 20, 30 years ago, what do you think that's going to buy you in the future? So when it comes down to it, it is very much important that we understand that uh, the dollar is something that is weakening every single day. There's new currency being printed every single day, or created, I should say, every single day, and it's causing the current dollars to weaken. And we must continue to accumulate more money or more of these currency notes to be able to keep up with the rising costs and inflation.